Jenny and I started working together at the same time, and it's funny because Jenny's not the type of person who I usually befriended. She liked to talk about how she used to do ballet and the sorority that she was in college and her favorite hits on the top 40 radio station, and I usually like to talk about post-Marxist critiques of industrial capitalist society and biking and hardcore punk bands from the early 80s. But Jenny and I had one thing going for us, propinquity. We had cubes next to each other, and we figured out that our jobs were crazy at the same time. And that's the beauty of work friends, is that these are people who you have nothing in common with, you have no agenda, you have no chemistry, no physical attraction, no shared interests, but you're friends anyway. Because you're close. Just like it was in preschool. So Jenny and I we spent a lot of time chatting about work and like the technical aspects of it, and we actually had a very cordial relationship, which I was so proud of. I felt like I can make friends with all kinds of people. One time, Jenny invited, she sent an email invite to the all staff list to meet at a bar on a Friday night, and I was the only person who showed up. I'm very socially awkward, especially with people I don't know, and very bad at reading social situations, so this was like getting thrown to the sharks. Jenny was the only person I know, and she introduced me to her boyfriend and his buddies. It was at a bro bar, and all these people were, you know, they had popped collars, and they were like alpha male frat boys, and a sigma or a chi male, just above the middle. A little bit. And so they were talking about sports, which I have nothing to say about. Looking at women being like, look at the rack on that bitch. I want to titty fuck her so bad. Which, who says rack in the 21st century? Are you from the 1950s? And I said the only thing that made sense in like my weird screwed up mind, which is, isn't the pay disparity between men and women disgusting? 77 cents to $1? That's just unacceptable. After I'd been on the job about 6 months, Jenny swung by my cube. We were both working kind of late, and she said, "Hey Dave, I need to talk to you about something." And so I kind of swiveled to face her, and I said, "Yeah, sure, what's up?" And I was thinking that she was going to ask about some kind of technical thing. And she said, "I feel like a lot of times when we talk, you've been staring at my chest, and it makes me really uncomfortable. And to the best of my knowledge, I haven't been. So I was wondering, have I been staring at people's chests and not knowing this whole time? How much leering has been going on without my knowledge?" And then I thought about the times that I had done it in the past and not been called out. When I was in high school, I would kind of like sprawl out on my desk like I was sleepy to stare at a classmate in like a tight-fitting blouse. And in college, there had been times when my gaze would linger a little too long on a girl who was bending down to something out of her backpack. And at my last job, I remember a time when I caught myself looking up and down at a coworker in a form-fitting dress. But that had never happened with Jenny. What had happened with Jenny was a lot of times when we chatted, she would walk over to my cube, so she would be standing, and I would be sitting. And from her higher elevation, her chest was roughly eye level, and I'm really bad at making eye contact and sustaining eye contact, so it's like really uncomfortable for me. It's really intense. So she confused her higher stature and my crippling fear of intimacy with lecherous behavior. I said, I feel completely horrible that you've been bothered by this, and I swear that, to my knowledge, I was not doing this, but I am so, so sorry. And what Jenny said took a lot of courage, and she must have felt very uncomfortable. Things must have gotten really out of hand for her to need to confront me about this. And given what I knew about her boyfriend's buddies, I probably wasn't the only one who she felt this way about. So I've been working on this story and thinking about this the last several weeks, and it's really been throwing off my game because I've been thinking a lot about breasts, like more than I normally do, which is plenty, I promise. And when you're thinking about something a lot and they suddenly appear in front of you, it's really hard not to look at them. And so I've been like trying to be very hyper vigilant, just like up, up, up. So if anyone catches me staring a little too long, I just want to apologize in advance. I am so sorry.